I wanted to come on and just give you guys an update of our day, but also our last meeting of the day for our advocacy day here for the General Assembly. It's I don't think people really understand the magnitude of what our voices mean and how we can advocate to make change. So I want to say that we're all of the speakers today and all of the constituents, we were all part of the Racial Truth and Reconciliation VA Advocacy Day here today. It's an honor to join the Racial Truth and Reconciliation Advocacy Day with the Campaign for Trauma Informed Virginia. I want to thank Voices for Virginia's Children for having me and having me share my perspectives. I do know that our that representation is important. I want to thank Chloe Edwards, the visionary for the Racial Truth and Reconciliation Week that is was founded last year for Virginia. I want to thank Voices for Virginia's Children for their stance in prioritizing families and children. So there's a variety of different topics that are heard throughout the advocacy week and month for through the General Assembly. So I'm hoping that you guys will decide one day to take action and join to share your lived experiences and some of the priorities that are important to you. And advocate for those things. So our last meeting of the day was actually with Delegate I want to get this right, Van Valkenburg. He is a delegate. I'm not one of his constituents, but we did have several other people that joined that are in his locale, and they were able to talk to some of the issues there. But we do advocacy is so important. We do change the needle. We do move the needle when we can all come together to address topics that not only impact people of color or brown skin. Once we get all these things right, it actually does make the world a better place for all people, brown, white, black, etc. So, anywho, so our last meeting with Delegate Van Valkenburg went very well. He did share interest in supporting or he did say that he would be supporting the racism, the resolution to acknowledge that racism is a public health crisis. He agreed equally that it's important to support trauma-informed community networks. There are 27 of these trauma-informed community networks across Virginia. The Winchester, Frederick County, Warren County, and Clark County is under the umbrella of and the convener of I'm Just Me movement, which is the Watican or the Winchester Area Trauma Informed Community Network. So, with that being said, although this was not a bill that was before him, he did share that he would be influencing his colleagues and the people in there in his circle to really consider supporting the trauma-informed community networks. We are in a trifecta. I've been saying this for quite some time, but we are in a trifecta of a storm right now where we are focusing on COVID-19 trauma and the social justice movements. So, it's important that we provide supports for people. I also want to tell you that ACEs, or Adverse Childhood Experiences, is not the only trauma. There's several different lenses of trauma, and, some of those are community-based, catastrophic, cultural, and then, of course, ACEs, which stands for Adverse Childhood Experiences. There was a study done in the 1990s about the impacts, short-term and long-term. If you guys want more information about that, you can check out Dr. Nadine Burke Harris. That's Nadine Burke Harris, Burke. Harris. So these topics are really important to me, not only as a person of color, but also as a person that has lived experiences with trauma. And I totally relate to providing resources to help people build resilience. I was a child that lost my father to a drug overdose when I was 8 years old. My mother suffered in dealing with alcoholism. We had three girls in the house. There was a lot going on, and my mom really did the best that she could with the tools that she had to try to provide, the things that we needed. And it was tough for her to be a single mom and try to navigate through the world and take care of three children and work at the hospital. And we were young. We couldn't tell people our secrets, but I will tell you that we had community resources. And I grew up in Alexandria, Virginia, which is in Fairfax County. But we had resources there. We knew that we couldn't tell our secrets to certain people, and we definitely knew that we did not tell the school system anything about what was going on in our home. We had this secret of what happens in this house stays in this house, and so we did not tell our secrets to just anyone. However, we were able to depend on a community center, which was not far. We could walk to, and our conversations went something like this. You know, we're here. We're so glad to be here, and have a mentor. But we also could have some food, and we also could be around our peers. We could also be safe, and so we were able to tell the community center staff, and I know even with kids now, it's like they're dealing with the same thing. It's don't tell your secrets, and now we don't have eyeballs on kids that are experiencing trauma because parents, like my mom, said, don't tell your secrets. And so it creates this cycle where kids and parents don't get the support that they need. Whenever school was out, so today, for example, is a day that school is out. Had that been me growing up and school was out, we were always thinking about food insecurities. My mom would be at work, so how will we get food, and how will we get clean clothes, and how will we have safe adults to guide us. And so our answer was always, oh my gosh, there's no school. But we automatically knew that the community center was a resource for us, and that was a trusted resource because my mom had already kind of vetted them as, okay, you can go there, you can get the free food, you can have a mentor, and you can have positive engagement with your peers. So that was an unspoken thing. However, when we were in school, if we were hungry or anything was going on, like we could not say anything about it if we were up late, because there were things that were going on in the home the night before, and we were tired at school and had to put our head down, or we just didn't tell. We just said, "Oh, I'm just tired," but we would never say it's been a long night. There was a lot of fighting. There was a lot of craziness. Therefore, I didn't get any sleep. But those are conversations that we could have with our community center. And so, I am thankful for those resources. Because of those resources, I am the person I am today. I was able to gain those skills. And because of the person I am today, I'm able to give those skills to my children and my grandchildren, my little Ava. But also because of community resources, my mom was able to get sober, and she's been now sober and clean for 30 years. So, I'm really excited to share with you guys that ACEs is not a death sentence, although it can be because of the implications on our health when we hold in stress. And in that link for the TED Talk with Nadine Burke Harris, you'll see how even stress for young people actually does change our DNA in the way that it is read and transcribed. So if you guys want to get more education on adverse childhood experiences, that is a great tool to help you learn more about it. That is TED Talk, and that's Nadine Burke Harris. So I want to close my remarks today by saying that advocacy works. It is together and collectively that we can move the needle for change. Younger and younger kids are here, and learning to advocate for themselves and have some self-worth and self-identity and be empowered by people that look like them. I am in a unique role as a councilwoman of Stevens City, in that little girls and little boys that look like me can see that things are possible and that they can make change and that they can be in a position to help persuade and influence policy and legislation. So, with that being said, have a wonderful Monday. Have a great day. And if you guys want more information or would like to follow me on my Councilwoman Tina page, you can do that as well. You can also send me emails. I do respond to those personally. My email address, I will leave that information in the link below or above, however this video appears. Thank you again, and have a great day.